What is good, everybody? Juliana Page here, and I want to talk to you today about the best thing that will ever happen to you. But I want to reveal right from the jump what that is. Strangely enough, and you can raise your hand if this is you, I know that I can confess that this has been me at times. We have a habit, and it's a bad habit. We have a habit of judging things as good or bad, right or wrong. And a lot of times it's even the moment. So before something even has the opportunity to become the best thing that's ever happened to you, you've labeled it. And what labels do is they limit. So what I would say is don't label the moment. Don't label it as good or bad. And ask yourself the question, how can this be the best thing that ever happened to me? And particularly, it's in times where we're uncomfortable, when we're in pain and we want to run. Take that phrase or invite yourself to ask that question and have a moment with yourself. Get radically honest, radically transparent, and say, how is this the best thing that could ever happen to me? Because what we do is we say, this is horrible. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Right? We go down this rabbit hole of chaos and trip ourselves out, right? Or we could attach all of this good stuff to it, but then set ourselves up for a major disappointment. But if you constantly keep asking yourself moment by moment, how is this the best thing that ever happened to me? You'll find that it is, and you'll find answers. You'll find responses where that's true, right? So let's talk about this. I went to grad school for film production. I am somebody that loves storytelling. I love character development. I love understanding why somebody is motivated, how they overcome things. I love it. I love it. The arc of a hero's journey, my jam, right? And every story has a beginning, middle, and end. And sometimes we don't realize how much power we have over a narrative, right? So I'm going to call this the theater of fulfillment, if you will. Okay. But this is really about unlearning and practicing that, because a lot of times we have patterns that set us up to be disappointed. We have patterns that set us up to expect the worst. We have patterns to set us up to shrink back rather than expand and take up space and really not settle, right? So I'm going to take you through 3 steps so that you can really picture a new movie, okay? So the theater of fulfillment is the setup. First step, write down, make a list. I'm a huge list maker. So make a list of everything that you're pursuing, whether that's a business, whether that's a relationship, whether that is something in your career, whether that's more knowledge in parenting, whether that's a ministry position, whether that's more finances, right? And financial freedom, whatever that is, right? Make a list of every single pursuit that comes to mind. Don't censor yourself, just dump. And you might need 5 minutes to do it. So you can take some time to do this, but list all of the things that you are pursuing. Column 1, okay? Then just draw a line. Next column, what is the source, right? What is the source of that pursuit? What is motivating that? What is driving that? What is making you go hard after that thing? What is it? What is the source? I'll give you some examples. So is it being on social media and seeing that somebody just got married and you feel like your time is up, or suddenly there's a greater sense of urgency for you to get connected to who you're going to spend the rest of your life with? Is it you've seen somebody hit a certain level of success and it looks easy and you're in the same field or in the same industry? So if they can do it, how come it hasn't happened for you? You've heard them on an interview and they're not saying anything that you couldn't come up with on your own. So why are you not there yet, right? Or maybe you've been told that your whole family has pursued medicine so that you have to be a doctor, you have to be a nurse, or you have to be in the medical field because that's what your family does, right? But what is the source? Where did you get the idea of that pursuit? Where did you get the motivation to take action and follow after that pursuit? Where did that come from? Where did it come from? Interesting. I would take more time on this one, but make sure that you list that out. And then the last column is, what is mine? Like, what is the voice inside of me? What is Holy Spirit? What is God? What is the still small voice telling me, right? What is the secret petition or the desire of my heart that God planted there? Before opinions, before expectations, before exposure to all these other things, before all the noise, if I were to turn down the noise and just listen to that still small voice, what is mine? What is that voice telling me? Which one of those pursuits is actually led by that voice, or started or initiated, motivated, prompted, inspired by that voice? Holy Spirit, in spirit, what inspired that voice, right? What you're going to learn is that when you see the answers here, you'll really start to distinguish what you need to listen to, what you're really called to, what you really care about. And it will help you unlearn all of that extra stuff, all that extra weight. Gradually, you'll begin to release it as you just get more clarity. Clarity is power in this way. So keep that in mind. Don't judge the moment. Tell yourself, I guarantee that this will be the best thing that ever happened to me, and you'll prompt your brain to believe it, right? And then the other thing that I would leave you with on today is this encouragement that when you protect your purpose, when you protect your very reason for being here, when you protect your relationship with God, right? When you protect spirit flowing in and through you, when you protect that relationship, when you protect what you carry, your purpose will protect you. So the best way to visualize this or picture this is picture you walking around with some rare gem, right? You have this gem. Other people might not know that you have it, but you know that you have it. When you walk around with this precious gem, you're going to move different. You're going to protect it, right? You're going to show up different. But so often we don't do things like guard our heart. We don't do things like take every thought captive, right? That is exalting itself above the truth. We don't do things like pay attention to our emotion and what we're activating and entertaining and getting entangled in our life. We don't protect our soul. It's wild. So I'm saying if you act like you have this precious gem that you carry, which is you, your heart, your soul, your very reason for being here, your purpose, if you protect that, it will protect you. It will lead you. It will guide you. Holy Spirit will constantly lead, guide, and pursue you and protect you and establish your steps, right? So last thought is that the biggest pain I believe that we experience is unmet potential, right? Living as if our voice doesn't matter, living as if we don't have meaning, living as if we don't have purpose, and getting really lost and distracted. That's the worst feeling. Or turning our lives over to everything that we have to be, or to saying all these things that we can't take back, that we're not proud of, to settling for what we think we should have or what makes us comfortable, and never stepping into what we're actually here to do. It's devastating. It's painful, right? We've heard the quote, the biggest pain is having this unfulfilled story in you, right? So the greatest gift is giving yourself the freedom to see the theater of fulfillment, to decide that this is going to be the best thing that ever happened to you, to activate the potential that's on the inside of you. So my 3 practical pieces of wisdom for you are: number 1, you can't be everything, but you can be everything that you are, one day at a time and one moment at a time. Number 2 is make sure that you never miss an opportunity to keep your love on and tell people how much they mean to you, how valuable they are, how much you love them. Never leave any conversation or any interaction in a bad place. And then lastly, never settle for service. Like if you think that this is all you're designed for, if this is what you think that is all you can do, you'll get stuck and you'll never explore all of the ways that you can really activate the very best of you and give the very best of you. And your service, your very reason for being here and giving and loving and expressing yourself, deserves the best of you. So the challenge on today is to do this exercise that I just walked you through and discover, who is it that God placed you here to be? What is that thing that activates you and makes you come alive? And how can you devote the best of you to that. All right, guys, I hope this message blessed you. And until next time, if you want to hear more words like this, you can listen to the Spirit-Filled Real Talk podcast with Juliana. You can follow me over on Instagram at Miss Juliana Page, and you can visit julianapage.com. All right, until next time, stay blessed. Bye.